best podcast in Long Beach, California. This is Tacos and Workouts. What it is. Podcast.
Orale, Holmes. Welcome to the best podcast in Long Beach. Check it out, dog. Tacos and Workouts. Often imitated, never duplicated. You know what it is. We have a very special guest with us today. Tell him who you is.
Who I is Gracie Armijo. You might know me as the Secret Sauce Lady, the Question Lady, or I have a podcast too, Going Nuts with Glenn and Gracie. And hey, thank you for inviting me, Mr. Tacos.
No problem. But I'm little hater, dog. I'm little hater.
Well, yeah, your podcast is not little hater.
No, my podcast is Tacos and Workouts.
Well, Tacos and Workouts. Thank you for inviting me to Tacos and Workouts. Hey, do I have some tacos? Are we going to work out or what are we going to do?
We're going to get some tacos for laters, dog.
Oh,
for laters.
shit. Later.
For laters, dog. Hey, I want to thank you for coming to the show. You're my very first female comedians.
Oh, wow. That's nice to be the first. Finally, I'm getting booked somewhere.
In case you guys don't know, this is our Halloween episodes, dog.
Yes, I don't always look this beautiful.
So
I want to give it to hand to you for having me on this show.
Hey, you want to shake my hand?
Shake my hand.
I like it. She brought props. I like it. I like your costume. It's scary.
Thank you. I want it to be a little original.
I'm gonna have nightmares at night. Since you gave me a hand, I'm gonna give you a little trick or treats because it's Halloween and everything.
Thank you.
I brought you a couple little snacks for later.
Oh, yeah, 3 Musketeers and a Skittle. So if I get hungry during the show, you're gonna see me eating this.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Trick or treat.
No problems. We also want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Tapatio Nuts, Bow Down Clothing, and Fiesta Fantastic.
Wow,
what's up, dog?
That's cool. Tapatio. No, I wish I could try those nuts, but I can't eat nuts because I have diverticulitis. So I can't eat like snacks and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, it sucks up my intestines, and peanuts really suck them up. Suck it up. Suck it. Wait, suck it. I don't know how to say that. Wait. Peanuts really suck my intestines.
They're no good for you, son.
No.
Well, listen, Gracie, you just got me all excited, Doc. Tell me about who you is and tell me all about your comedies.
Okay, I've been doing comedy for like forever, I gotta tell you. I started when I was in my 20s. I am like 66 now. You wouldn't know with all this beautiful makeup I have on. So I've been doing it for so long, back and forth. In 2009, I decided, hey, let me try this one more time. My daughter's grown up. She's out of high school. I have nobody to bullshit with, just me. So let me try it. Went to Cerritos College, took a class. We did Comedy Store from that class, and I was like, wow, I think I can be a comedian again. And that's ever since. I just been going.
So, like, you started again in 2009?
2009, I started again.
And then you perform with a lot of like big people, right?
Oh yeah, yes, I have. Paul Rodriguez. I performed with Paul Rodriguez a few times. So that's kind of awesome. And who else? I guess he's the only really big famous guy. No. No, I know other comedians too. I've had guest spots like on Felipe Esparza's when he was at the Irvine, Ontario. Was it Irvine? Yeah, in Irvine Improv. He gave me 5 minutes. So I've have open 5-minute spots for some comics that are up there.
Oh, so you did a Felipe Esparza for 5 minutes?
Yeah. I've also been on his podcast, number 24.
Oh, wow. There
in
you
the
go.
beginning.
Yeah. Telling you, she knows people, Doc.
I don't like to drop names, though, because I want to work on my own merits. It's me.
No, you're very funny, but it shows that that you're out there and,
Oh, yeah.
That's what it shows,
Oh, yeah, it's a pretty struggle. I just came back from New Mexico about a month ago.
Wow.
I did a show with Joey Medina, so that was nice. And, I can't wait to retire next in a few months in January, and then I'll maybe do some more And a lot of our comic friends are doing cruise ships now, which is something like, I might consider too. But I'm going to have to work my ass off to get like a couple of hour of materials.
Hey, you know what? We're lucky. Like, we have like really good friends. Like, like
that are in it.
Yeah, like, we got Sebastian's, we got Vince Royale's,
Yeah.
we got Fernando's Comedy Hour, we got Tony Ortiz. We know a lot of like up and coming comedians.
And we have Charles Sanchez. Who's took me on my first road trip. So yeah, I've been really, really lucky with comedy. I cannot complain. I'm very happy of what's my career's been through. I mean, I don't get booked. I got to tell you, it's a sales job. You got to be your own salesperson, and I haven't got to that part where I have balls, which I got to get some. So yeah, and this is your Halloween episode, so that's why I look like this.
That's why you look like this.
Yeah,
Hey.
I had my nephew's girlfriend, and she actually has her own page on Instagram.
Oh, shout it out.
And
Let them know.
Oh gosh, I know. What is it called? Violent. Oh, I have it on my phone. Can you, when you do this, can you hashtag her name?
We'll attach it.
Yeah, we'll attach it. We'll attach it.
Descriptions.
It's violent dash something. I can't forget what it was. I took a picture on my phone so I make sure I mentioned her on the show. But I had her do my makeup because I thought, you know what? I don't want to come out here with being all pretty, a little. Usually for Halloween, everybody's trying to be all pretty and stuff. I try to do the opposite. If you notice on my questions, I do hashtag question ladies. If you notice that I try not to always be like glamorous on the Snapchat. I try to get the worst ones.
Yeah, like if for Halloween, just like like all the girls, like they dress up as sluts.
That's the only time, like when I was younger, I would dress like a slut because everyone would say, "Oh, you're the good girl,"
It's like this, like Halloween comes and she goes, "I'm gonna be a slutty bee. I'm gonna be a slutty rabbit. I'm gonna be a slutty puppy. I'm like, you know what? You're all gonna be sluts."
Because
come on.
there's a lot of cool. But you know what? It's the ones who never get to dress like that are the ones that dress like that because it's fun for us who are not, wild slutty girls. We want to dress, but I don't know. Maybe those are years ago. I don't dress like that now. I mean, I don't think I ever. I think I dressed slutty one time my whole life. I bought a girdle. This was because I'm old, right? So I had a girdle with those how they used to hook their nylons.
Yeah.
I had that. I had like a girdle, and then I had this fancy corset. But these are original corsets from the thrift store, and I wore that with like a little nightgown top. I didn't feel very comfortable being a slut. I mean, I liked the outfit when I left the house, but once I got in the public, I was like,
yeah, people.
Oh, I don't know. I should have wore this outfit.
Yeah, people's looking at you funny. How when you're like that, they're looking at you like that. Look, man, I never used to dress like a slut, but I was a slut, dog.
I see that you have a lot of muscles now. You've got some.
Oh, do you recognize my costumes?
I recognize that 6-pack.
Yeah, man. It used to be a 6-pack of beard, but now I made it into a 6-pack of abs.
You got some big chi-chis there too.
Oh yeah, with or without the costume. Yeah.
This is really cool. I like this whole beach thing that you have here set up on your podcast because you are the best podcast in Long Beach. And I see you represent Long Beach with the beach and the. It's very nice. It's very cool.
Yeah, everybody already knows. It's like everywhere I go, they go like, "Hey, there's Little Hater, the best podcast in Long Beach."
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I see that you always have people dancing on your podcast. Were you going to show me how to dance too?
Yeah, I'll show you how to do
before
a little dance. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I want to dance. Like you're like the Ellen of podcast in Long Beach because Ellen would always have people dance on her podcast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, not her podcast.
On her
show.
Yeah.
So she would always dance on her show. That would be the first thing she'd do. I didn't watch Ellen a lot, but when I did watch her, she always come out dancing, and then she would have somebody in the audience kind of dance with her. So I see that you do that all the time too. So I think
Yeah, because I started doing like the TikToks, and I was like dancing, and people really liked it. They liked it the way I dance, and they said, "Hey, I like the way you dance." So like when I did my podcast, I think I interviewed some Wednesday Adams. Yeah.
Oh,
and
really?
She's a female rapper,
okay.
and she's very talented. So I said, hey, like I liked your song. So I said, hey, we're gonna dance at the end of the like to your music, right?
Yeah.
And then I liked the way it looked at it. And then after that, I did my follow up like interview, and I just kind of like made it a thing.
That's cool. So now you're gonna be like the Ellen.
Yeah, I'm gonna dance the pounds away.
I saw you trying to. I saw you trying to show Fernando how to dance.
Yeah, Fernando's no good at dancing.
Sorry,
Doug.
Fernando.
He's not that very good at dancing.
No. He tried though.
Yeah.
Gotta admit it, he did try. But you were I thought you were a very good teacher when I saw that.
Thank you.
Very good teacher.
Wow, man, it's good times right here at the Tacos and Workouts.
Yeah.
So hey, listen, since it's our Halloween's episodes,
Yeah.
why don't we talk about it? Something like spooky and scary that happen in real lives.
Oh, real lives. So, have you been watching that Dahmer thing?
Yeah, I've been watching the Dahmer documentary and the series on Netflix. If you guys haven't watched it, check it out, man. It's a good watch, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I watched like the first episode, and my friend goes, "You have to watch it. You have to watch it." And I'm like, then I watched the second episode, and no, I'm not gonna watch this shit. I'm not gonna watch it. I just didn't feel like watching it. So I was actually cleaning my room, and I said, "I'm gonna put it on." Oh my gosh, I was hooked. I ended up watching the whole thing, and what I enjoyed about it, it wasn't just about him. And they never addressed that he was eating them people, and they never showed him eating, just actually killing, right?
No, I did. They did say in a couple of parts that he ate some people's.
But it never like focused on him eating the people.
It didn't like show him like they did show him like cooking a part of them, like the one of the meats or the hearts.
I have a question. Do you think that when he made that sandwich? Well, I don't know if this is when he made that.
No, it's okay. Talk about it.
Okay.
People like. They know by the title of the episode that what they're going to be talking about is.
So, question. Do you think when he made the neighbor that sandwich, it was actually somebody?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Remember when she said, "No, I'm not going to eat it. I'll eat it later." In my head, I was thinking, what is in that sandwich? Because it looked like meat, like turkey meat.
Yeah, like turkeys, yeah.
But I'm wondering if it was actually a human he was giving her.
you know what? Because I thought about that too. But when I looked at the meats, it looked like chickens or turkeys, and I go, it's white meat, I don't know, like, how human meat was gonna look, right?
Exactly.
But then, but I'm thinking he put something in. It's like sleep.
Oh, like some drug, so he can come back and kill her.
Yeah, he put like the so she could like fall asleep, and then he was gonna drag her right next door because he lived right there, and then he was gonna like make
kill
her body disappear. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Because I thought that too. Because I was between the two, like, did he poison her? Because, he drugged everybody and took them to those bathhouses. And see how he got banned? Do you know, remember the point, the part where the guy's going, "No, you're banned from here. And all the bathhouses are not going to let you go in there because remember that guy?
Yeah.
He's a comedian too. I did one of his shows in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah?
His name is Teddy. And he used to have, in Santa Monica, he would have comedy shows. And I did his show once.
Wow.
So yeah, he was in there and it was kind of fun to watch him. I said, "Oh, I know who that guy is.
I know that guy.
I know him." But yeah, he's an actor too. But he's so that was kind of cool to see somebody actually in it.
Yeah, so he's the drug people, man. And check it out, Doug. So I went like to go have lunch with my friends. And I ordered a Coke, and then like when I looked at him funny, I'm like, "Hey, Doug, like because I got paranoid,
Yeah.
I'm like thinking my friend is gonna drug me and put some of that sleeping powders in my drinks.
I wonder what he used.
What he did is he grabbed sleeping pills.
Oh, sleeping pills.
Yeah, because he went to the armies, right?
Oh yeah, because I remember that's when he learned about all the drugs. Huh?
Yeah, he went to the armies, and then he took like I guess the medical courses to learn, and he learned how to use like some sort of like pills.
Oh, like what to mix to make a sleeping thing.
And then he crushed them, but the thing is that he would put too much, and that's how he would end up killing people.
Oh gosh! And then he would put his dirty finger and go stir the drinks up. Ugh! Did you notice that? Ugh!
What did he take out his tongue or no?
No, he was.
Oh, like stirring this, like
stirring
that?
the drink with his finger, and he just seemed like a dirty guy.
Well, I mean, come on, Dad. If you're eating other people, you're a dirty guy, man.
Oh my gosh, the poor neighbor. And what's so sad is like the neighbor reported and nobody wanted to listen.
Well, that's how it was in those times,
Dang. And then they knocked. Did you see how they knocked down the building? They're supposed to make a park, and they never did. So they knocked down that building because there was so many people killed in it.
Well, they did the same thing with the John Wayne Gacy house.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, like, well, you can't. It's like, look, it's like this. When that much bad stuff happens to a building, nobody's gonna want to live in it. It becomes like a nuisance, and it becomes a bigger problem than what it is. So it's just easier for you to like demolish the buildings and forget about it and never like pay attention to it no more.
Is there anything in Long Beach that's happened like that, where they've knocked down a building? Do you know?
Not that I know of, Doc. But you know what? It might be a good thing to start looking into.
Yeah. So you could, I mean, because sometimes you'll buy a house and you don't know if somebody was died there or was murdered there. I mean, they have to tell you that and close that.
Well, I don't know, Doc, because
supposedly they are supposed to.
I know of a place where someone committed suicide.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw people move in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then, I never said nothing, But it's like, and I always wondered, do the people know? I don't know. I don't think they told them.
Yeah, I remember I'm like actually in my comedy class that I had when I was at Cerritos College, one of the guys who was in that class, he, that's what he did. He cleaned up murdered sites or suicide sites. So he would go into the place after it was all investigated, and he would go clean those places up.
Yeah, that's good money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of good money, cleaning stuff up like that. But yeah, the Dahmer, like, he crushed the pills, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the one where he accidentally drugged himself?
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah, like I was watching it and I was like thinking like,
because I was thinking the same thing. How's he gonna know which is which? That's when he was all, you could see him then.
Yeah, he accidentally drugged himself. Yeah, and I think I was thinking while I was watching it, I was like, did they just put that on like just for the shows? But then when they did the Dahmer tapes and they interviewed him, he said that was his I think like his second big killing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he said that like the first one was an accident. He hit like a guy with the barbell, and then and because he wanted to leave, and then he
was that in the hotel room? Was that the first one he killed? The guy in the hotel room?
That was like the first one that he did.
Oh, okay.
Because remember the first one he did when he was 18.
Oh, that's right. Was that because he wanted to go to the concert?
Yeah, the hitchhiker.
He was a hitchhiker.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, I was cleaning and doing stuff, so I kind of missed a little bit of stuff. But I remember the guy was going, "Oh, you're gonna take me to the concert. I want to go to the concert." And he goes, "Okay, then I'm out of here."
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the first one he killed.
Well, it's confusing because they did a lot of like time jumps. Yeah, time jumps. So if you weren't paying that much attention, you could get confused. So that was the first one, right? And then the second one I think was the hotel room. Like what happened was he drugged himself, and then when he woke up, he found out he had killed the guy.
Yeah, he didn't remember how he killed him. He looked awful.
Yeah.
Like because he would do the drugs too, right?
No.
Not all.
He would just like to get drunks.
Oh, he was just drunk. So he was so drunk he don't remember how he killed that guy.
Yeah, he had like drinking problems.
And he was always drinking Budweiser.
You don't like the Budweisers?
I don't drink beer, but isn't Budweiser the cheapest one you could buy?
You know what? I used to like Budweisers at one time, and then I stopped liking it. But yeah, Budweisers. You know what's the cheapest beer?
What?
The Bud Light.
Oh, Bud Light?
Bud Light, dog. I can't stand people who drink Bud Light, dog. If you drink Bud Light, that means you're a cheap vato. You
don't really? Because Bud Light's really cheap?
It's very inexpensive, yeah. And then people be like, "Oh, I drank like 6 Bud Lights." I'm like, drinking 6 Bud Lights is like drinking 1 Corona, homie. Come on, dog. Come on. Don't get it twisted, dog.
What's the strongest beer out there?
It's like the IPAs. Those are like strong.
Oh, the IPAs?
Yeah.
Okay, not IPAs, because IPAs are like in their own little
the craft beers.
Yeah, those are in their own little separate category. That's how I think IPAs are in a different category. What about those other beers?
Like the Colt 45s, the Mickeys, the 211s, but those things like butt. They're not good for you, Doug.
But it gets a fast drunk. Is that why people?
Yeah, it's like it messes you up, and it's not good for you. Yeah, so, but that's what he would do. He would get drunks, and then he would do dumb stuff, and then after that, he would kill people. But you know what the crazy thing about it is? Why he would kill the peoples?
Because they didn't want to sleep with them.
Because he didn't want them to leave him.
Yeah, huh? That's why he would kill them. Because they all wanted to leave, and he didn't. He didn't want them to leave.
He didn't want them to leave, and he goes that way, like I could always have them like near to me, and they could be a part of me.
You know what was sucky part was too when the police would call the Asian guy and say, "Oh, you're gonna get this money and get out of town."
Oh yeah.
It was the police that were calling that Asian guy, the Asian father. I mean, I felt bad because two of his sons died. I mean, one got
like raped or something.
raped and killed, and the other one they killed, right? 'Cause they were brothers. So the father, I mean, he had two. This guy killed two of his kids. Well, he messed up two of his kids. Killed one, and the other one was like poor guy. He was only 14 years old, right? That's not the one he killed, right? The one that was 14.
I think it was. Yeah, the 14. Yeah.
Okay, so he killed the 14. But then when I kind of missed that whole section. I just heard about it. So he picked up on the older brother.
Yeah, I think like the older brother was like a year or two older than him. And the older brother's got away, right? He got away, and then like a year or two later, like he picked up on the little brother,
14-year-old.
Yeah, and he told him, "Hey, Doc, I know who you are. You're that Dahmer guy." And then after that, I don't know why he went with them. Like he shouldn't have never had gone back with him, but he did. And then that's when it happened, you know. So, and then he tried to get away, and the cops like found him naked, and then they gave him back to him.
Yeah. That's why, like at the ending, because that guy was like crazy, huh? The one that actually killed him in the prison.
You mean at the jails?
Yeah, he was like it was like it was all scripted because the cops left. They all knew what was going to happen. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
That the cop went out. He came in because they scheduled. Oh, you're going to have a helper tonight. And the way he killed him was like, whoa.
It was like ironic because the first guy that he killed with the dumbbell, and that's how the way he got killed. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't notice. I just know him bashing his freaking head.
Yeah, because the first one he killed him with the weights.
And that guy like researched everything before he did what he did. And what clicked it was when he said the 14-year-old, you killed a 14-year-old, you molested a 14-year-old. That's when the other prisoner was like all of us just went crazy because he killed the other guy that was cleaning with him too, right?
Yeah, and
he beat his wife or something. Is that what?
So like the way I understood it was like the prisoner guy, like he did some research, but he had already been Christian, and he was like, I'm not gonna do bad things no more, right? So, but then when he read like their file, he started getting crazy again, you know.
Yeah.
And he was telling them like, "Come on, Jesus, like I don't want to do these bad things," but he felt that he had to do it. So he killed the guy because the guy had stabbed his wife in the face and killed her.
Yeah.
And then if I remember right, and then he goes, and then he told Dahmer, "This is what I did and why I did it." And then goes, "But you're worse, Dahmer, because you ate people and you killed them."
Yeah, and then he said a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And then that's when he just started bashing that, just like, he goes, I am the vessel that Jesus brought. Jesus made him, wanted him to do that. He was the vessel for the payback. Because Dahmer was using all kinds of shit. Oh, I'm going to get baptized and now I'm not going to have no sins. And that's what he thought.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of arrogant, right?
It's
like in prison, he would put the food on the chair. And he was kind of bugging that guy too, because remember he put the food on the chair and the guy sat down.
I think like after like he got caught, like he kind of like he felt like, oh, I'm feared now. Like, you know, I have a little bit of like celebrity now.
Yeah.
And people like I'm like that guy because people don't really hate people, you know, and he did. So he even started doing like he was trying to do his comedy, man.
Yeah,
and he was trying to make jokes.
And he was like on people. He's on all these magazines, and he was like all excited. And then his father wrote a book.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna say? You write a book about someone your son is a psycho and.
But did you hear that dad also told Jeffrey Dahmer's, I know what you're going through because I used to have the same exact thoughts that you did.
Yeah, but
I never did it.
Yeah. So he actually inherited his dad's genes, and that's why he was, because he said I never heard voices telling me, I just did it
because he wanted to do it. But then the moms was kind of like crazy because when she was pregnant she was like on a lot of medication too.
Yeah, So that he would get he would get like sexually
Aroused, yeah, turned on, yeah.
yeah. He would get hard-ons, I guess,
Yeah.
killing him. So basically, I don't know. Did he rape every one of his victims then after they were dead?
I think so. After they were dead, he had his way with them. Yeah.
Wow.
But he used to like drug them first, then cuddle with them, and then like
Cuddle,
I guess-
huh?
Yeah,
He loved cuddling, huh? Remember at first when he started cuddling with the mannequin
With
and
the mannequins.
and the grandma busted him?
yeah,
She goes, I got rid of that thing.
yeah, man. That's crazy stories, man.
I know. It's just like, wow. So he's been screwed up since he was like little. Because remember, his dad and him would get roadkill, and then they would, whatever they do to it,
But on
open it up.
one of the live tapes, he says, in one of the live interviews, he goes, "There's nobody to blame but me."
Yeah.
He goes, "I did everything, on my own because I thought about it, and so there's no excuses."
And it was a trip because when they showed that one guy, that I don't know who he was at first, the other killer.
Oh,
What-
Gacy?
Gacy.
Yeah.
Remember when they were showing him and that other victim of his? I was going, who's this guy? What is this coming on? I guess did he dress as a clown or something?
Yeah, I know who he was. Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that one, really. But yeah, I don't know the whole. What I enjoyed about the series, it wasn't just about him. It was about the victims that he actually killed, like the death boy, the death man. I shouldn't say boy, the death man that he killed.
That one broke my heart.
Yeah, that was so sad. He wanted to be a model, and he liked him. He wanted to be his boyfriend because he was looking for love.
Yeah.
And they were getting along good. He was happy with him, but when he went back to get his keys, because he left,
Yeah.
he was upset because he left. Like you said, that's what his problem was. He didn't want anyone to leave him, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to be back. Don't worry," and he killed him. And that was just like so. Like the other victims, a lot of victims he picked up at the bar.
Yeah.
At the gay bar, and then he brought him and killed him. How about the one time when that one guy, he was taking someone in the taxi, and the guy runs up to him and says, "Don't go with them, don't go with them."
Oh, yeah.
He was like so mad, but is it okay? My question is, okay, that guy that ran up and said, "Hey, don't go with him," was he the same guy that was like a counselor?
No, that's the guy. That's the guy that he picked up when he had car troubles. Remember?
Yeah,
And oh yeah, he was a counselor.
yeah. Okay,
That,
so
that,
was him.
that's the one where the grandma, she kind of knew something was going on.
Yeah, she goes, "I'm gonna stay
I'm
here.
gonna stay here with him.
I'm gonna say that's the only thing that saved his life.
Yeah.
is because the grandma said, "I'm gonna stay here until he wakes up."
Because he only had like a couple sips of coffee,
Yeah,
and then he started to feel no goods.
yeah. Oh my gosh, such a crazy. You guys have to watch it just because of because of all the victims. I mean, because you see the victims, and that's what
You know what? I know about Gacy, and when I saw him, I already know who he was, and then I also know about Ted Bundy's. Netflix is coming out with a lot of like series just like
I think
this.
I watched the Ted Bundy one, if I'm not mistaken.
The one with Zac Efron's.
Yes, I did see that,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I can't remember shit about it. I did watch it, but I cannot remember anything about it.
You've been eating too many of them Glen brownies, huh?
Oh gosh, I
Oh.
can't remember it. I was like, oh my gosh, I
you.
hate that when I can't
Thank you,
remember
Glenn.
something. No, I can't eat that stuff. Wow.
But it started thinking as there were like three at the time there were three serial really crazy vatos.
Yeah.
There was Bundy, there was Gacy's, and then there was Dahmer.
So did they all just kill men?
No,
the other one
no,
killed
no.
women,
Ted-
right?
Ted Bundy, he liked the ladies.
Yeah, he killed the women. That's right. But the other ones, and did they all bear? I mean, okay. My question is did they all cut all their victims up?
No, Gacy didn't cut him. He buried them all.
Okay.
And then Bundy, he just mutilated. He would just beat them, the bodies, mutilate them.
Wow. That's
But
crazy.
the crazy thing is what Ted Bundy says he was never guilty until the week before they electrocuted him.
Uh-huh.
I think they electrocuted him. And then
That's when he said I did it.
Yeah, and then Gacy, they gave him a lethal injection. Right.
They showed that actually on there.
Yeah, and then what was it? Dahmer got killed in prisons.
Yeah.
So.
Have you ever been to that museum in Hollywood?
No, which one?
It's called. See, I asked my sister before I left. What's the name of that museum that we went to? It's a museum of murder or museum of, and it has like all these letters and just things from all these serial killers in it.
Oh wow!
It's a museum of. I'm an idiot. I should have wrote it down. Then I would remember what the name of it. It's called. It's in Hollywood, and it's a museum that shows anything. It even has like an autopsy room, like they have that kind of room with all the equipment, and they have all the serial killers. They got
like their stuff.
They have their stuff, and they have their picture. And I'll have to get it to you after the show. I'll figure it out then.
We'll just go Hollywood scary stuff.
Yeah, it's no, just say Hollywood serial killer museum, and it'll probably pop up. But it's kind of cool. I went with my sister, and yeah, they have some weird shit in there. You gotta go and check it out. But imagine these ladies were like sending him, he had fans, and he had a comic book. People were doing comic books with him.
Yeah, a lot of craziness.
Did you see the one man when they started selling all his merchandise? He bought it for $100,000 and destroyed it. Who was that man?
He was like a philanthropist because he knew that people were gonna it's like trophies and collector items, because a lot of people do stick stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he didn't want people to benefit off the victims, so that's why he bought it all, and then he had it destroyed.
And then he gave money to each of them.
Yeah.
It was like 16. At the end when they showed all the victims, Wow. That's a crazy story.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
You guys got to watch it, even though it takes forever. But I did it in a couple of days.
When Netflix has really stepped up the programming, and yeah.
Is that why they raise their prices? No.
Hey, I know, dog. What's up? What's up with that, dog? Netflix, give me a discount, dog. I'm a broke vato. And as a matter of fact, put me on your Netflix, dog. Give me a show. But no, they did like a lot of series. They also did the one with Richard Ramirez, but that one was not that good.
I did see that one too.
I didn't like it.
No,
that was not that good for me.
That's the one where that the cop that's on George Lopez's podcast.
Yeah, I forget his name. Yeah,
I heard he was on Felipe Esparza's podcast first, and now he's on George Lopez's as a sidekick.
Yeah, and the guy kind of talks like this. And then the officers, because I found Richard Ramirez. That's kind of how he talks, huh?
Yeah. But, I kind of listen to the show, but he just laughs too fucking much, and it just kind of like, I got to change the channel.
Who laughs too much? The guy?
Yeah, the cop. Yeah, he laughs. And when you laugh too much, to me, it just kind of like, it's killing the show. It might be funny, but you don't need to laugh like that much on the show, because after you get so many laughs, you're like, I gotta change it. It's not interesting to me to listen to the show now, because he just laughs too fucking much.
Yeah, you know what?
Sorry, guy, you laughing too fucking much.
I don't like it when people laugh on the music tracks. Like when people make musics, and they laugh in the musics. I don't like that.
I don't think I've ever heard someone laughing in the music.
It's mainly in rap.
Oh, I don't listen to rap. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I'm too old to be listening to rap. I'm listening to classic disco.
You like disco?
Oh, I love disco.
Oh, I like discos too.
It's my favorite. I mean, that always get me to clean my house and do all kinds of shit. I've been going to, me and my co-host, Glenn.
Yeah.
We've been going to the record show. Is it record show? It's a record show, but they have it once a month. You have all kinds of vendors there. People selling their own collection. Some people are collectibles, and you could just get so many albums. And first time I went, I said, okay, I'm going to get Danny Kaye. He tells stories. And I go, when I was a little girl, I used to have that album, and I want to find that. So Glenn looked for it online. It was like $45.
Wow.
I went, and I'm looking through these records, because I'm cheap. So, he'll go to the collectibles, and I go into the bins that are like 3 for $2 or $2 each, $5 at the most. And so I go to those booths. First time we went, I found my record. So It was really cool, and I bought it for $2. So we went again. The next time I went with him, I go, okay, I'm gonna be looking for like big band, Frank Sinatra. I'm gonna look for that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, I had so many albums. I go, and I only bought $2, like 3 for $2. I'm like, I go, can I borrow one of your? I need one of your bags, like 2 of his bags. And then I had to stop shopping because I just couldn't carry anymore. So I said, the next time I go, I'm taking this little suitcase so I can just stuff it and just wheel it. Because I already go, oh, I know what I'm looking for next time. Next time I'll be looking for oldies. You know, because the first time I got that one record and some disco albums. But and then I got so the next time I go, I'm taking a little suitcase with wheels on it. And because it's so cheap, you just sit there and look through all these albums and you just go, oh my gosh.
How many like songs are like per side of the record?
On an album, probably like 5 maybe.
And then you gotta flip it, right?
Yeah, 10. So you have 10 songs in an album.
Because I bought the Elvis one and I was like watching it. Come on, Doug. I was like listening to it, and then like it's not like a CD. You gotta flip it every time. And I was like, oh, okay, Doug, this is getting old.
Oh, because you didn't like to turn the album around?
Yeah, because I'm a lazy. I don't like to do nothing.
Oh my gosh! But it sounds so much better because
it does.
Because tapes are like, well, can you find a tape player anymore?
I don't know. I gotta go to my ex-girlfriend's house and see what I could steal from her house.
I bought a new car and it doesn't have anything. I have to listen to music through like your phone or whatever. There's no CD player and can't play music in your car anymore. Remember the old days, they used to have a CD and you had to play 6 CDs, but the CD player was in your trunk.
Yeah.
Remember that
Yeah,
stuff?
I remember that.
Oh my gosh. And remember, that's all you could find is places that put your radios in, and it was pretty expensive. And I don't think they even have that anymore,
No,
do they?
I don't think so.
Stereos in your car?
No, and I don't think that many people buy CDs, but I like to buy the CDs. I don't like to buy like the musics,
Yeah.
like downloads.
Oh yeah, I don't do that.
No, because I remember I bought like a lot of music from this one. I'm not gonna say the company, but then the company sold it to another company,
And
and then they're like, "Oh, you could still listen it at this website," and I didn't like it like that no more. So.
oh yeah, I found a couple of downloads for disco music, and it was, I guess DJs would download their music onto this website. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I'd be listening to it all day, and it was certain DJs that I knew that played that music, and then that whole website went down.
Oh, but did you download like a lot of their music?
No, I didn't download anything because I would just click on it and listen to it at my desk at work, and I didn't download any of the music. So it was kind of a bummer. But I do have some CDs that are from DJs. Like I'd go to Back to Disco. It's a kind of they have like a dance, but it's called Back to Disco, and it's like that's how they play is disco music and 80s music.
Do you know how to dance discos?
You just move. Yeah, everyone knows how to dance disco.
Can you show me how to dance it?
I just know how to move my legs back and forth. So you want to show me how to dance?
You know why? Just let the music move me, Doc.
Is that what it is? Oh,
that's what it is. That's the secret, Doc.
is.
I just let the music do the dancing for me.
Do you like to dance?
Yeah, I like to dance. Yeah.
So when you go to a party, do you dance?
Yeah, I dance. Yeah, I like to dance.
Do you dance slow?
Sometimes I guess I don't know.
I mean, do you dance slow with your lady? Like dance slow, like
Yeah, I mean,
what they call it now is like when we were dancing. Now they call it cholo dancing. It's what's not really. It's just dancing.
Yeah.
Dancing slow. People don't do that anymore.
Have you noticed that all cholos dance the same?
Yeah, they've been dancing that same dance for years.
Like for all the songs.
Yeah, when I was young, they still dance that side to side.
It's like they dance like quebradita, and it's like the same song. They dance to like the La Chona, and it's the same song. It's like it never changes, Doc. It's like the same thing.
I don't listen to Spanish music because I don't understand Spanish.
We gotta get you drunk.
Oh gosh,
with some tequila.
Oh no! One of my friends' mother says don't drink tequila with the worm in it, and because you get pregnant.
Because you get pregnant?
Yeah, and I like, wow, why? She goes, because you have to drink the whole bottle to get to it. And you know, if you drink too much tequila, you don't remember what the hell you did.
Yeah,
Right?
You drink too much tequila and the panties come off and forget it. Sas,
Yeah.
that's how you get pregnant. It's not the worm, it's that you know.
Oh my God.
Do you like the drinks?
No, I used to drink. You know what? I'm not against drinking, but I used to drink 3 drinks. And after that, I can't drink anymore because I'd get too drunk.
Yeah.
So I know my 3 is my limit. So I would drink amaretto straight.
Yeah.
Then I'd drink amaretto on the rocks.
Okay.
Then I would drink an amaretto sour.
Okay.
And then I was done. So my favorite drink is amaretto.
It's amarettos. Yeah.
I love amaretto.
I used to like to drink the Woodford whiskeys
Uh-huh.
with the Corona.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was my drink.
Whiskey's strong.
I used to be able to drink the whiskeys. It
What,
depends like what kind of night it was, you know.
what was your favorite whiskey?
Woodford.
Oh, Wilford.
Yeah, Woodford. It's a nice one.
It was in Tennessee then.
I done the Jack Daniels, but the Woodford's my first, you know. And but back to the Glenn and Gracie podcast. Tell us about your podcast.
Oh, my podcast?
Yeah.
You can watch it actually on YouTube, and you can listen to it and you can also listen to it at all the platforms. It's called Going Nuts with Glenn and Gracie. And we do food. He does edible food. Sometimes I'll taste it and get fucked up, but I try not to. He'll buy weed and he'll say what kind of weed he buys just to show, you know, what kind of weed that's coming out there. Like Urkel has weed and Mike Tyson has weed. I mean, there's like so many celebrities having weed. And I'll go to the 99-cent store. It used to be a 99-cent store, but now I changed it to the Dollar Tree or some kind of Walmart findings. Because sometimes if you go to Walmart, you can find some crazy shit. Like I bought pickled juice ice cream, popsicles. It's pickled juice. You freeze it and you suck on the juice.
The pickle juice?
And it's a popsicle. It's kind of weird, right? And that's like at Walmart. And then the 99-cent store, I kind of like not go that much anymore unless I really find something that's worth it, because the 99-cent store is not 99 anymore. Everything is from
how much is it?
a $99, $29 and up, $6, $8. I mean, you got to really check. If it doesn't have a sticker on it, it's 99 cents. But sometimes they don't have, and then you go up there, oh, that's $5.99. So you got to really, I always say, hey, can you tell me how much this is before I purchase it at the 99-cent store? But you know, the Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. So you know for sure whatever you're going to purchase there. So you can find some good shit over there.
Yeah, you bought me some socks.
I bought you some socks last time, right?
Yeah.
So I actually bought some other socks. I did socks again. But the reason I bought it because they were, you know, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Captain
Kirk.
Captain Kirk, and then Spock.
Spock's.
That's what the socks were. And 'cause I thought they were kind of cool, so I got those. But you can go there and find, if you really look, you can find a lot of, you know, cool stuff.
Yeah, so I like your podcast, man.
Thank you.
Every time I look at your podcast, it's like it makes me feel like I'm right there hanging out with you guys, and then you and Glenn sometimes you like argue a little bit.
Oh,
and
gosh,
then
yeah.
you guys.
Typical guy. You say something, he don't listen what I'm saying, and he thinks I'm like telling him what to do. Typical guy.
And then he gives you like an edible, and then it starts to hit you.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
I try not to try as much. I go, I'll try it, but it's so good. Sometimes you go, I think I'll take another bite, and then you're like, oh shucks.
Yeah, he told you not to, because you're like, I want a little bit more of that brittle whatever thing he
Oh,
did.
yeah.
And they go, no, Grace, he's gonna hit you. And you're like, I'll be fine. And I'm like, no, you won't, dog. No, you won't.
Yeah, he makes some really good pistachio brittle.
Because he bakes and he does a lot of good looking food. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I look at him, I'm like, damn, dog, I wanna eat what you make, but I get scared, dog. You're gonna Jeffry Dahmer me, dog. I'm like, hey, what's in it? And he's gonna be looking at me funny. He goes, how do you feel, dog? And I'm all like, oh no, he's gonna Dahmer me, dog.
You wake up on the couch. Where am I?
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna hear that song. Please don't go. Don't go. Look, man, she's got a good show, man. Look, they do the record thing. They have the 99 cent. They do the food, and they have a lot of fun adventures. It's a really good show. You guys,
Thank you.
you guys need to subscribe. I think highly of their podcasts. They're up and coming. They have like 130 subscribers now. We gotta get them to 1,000. Come on,
Yes,
Dad.
please subscribe to us.
So I'm gonna tell you like this, dog. All my subscribers, if you back me up, dog, sauce. There it is.
Thank you.
Glenn and Gracie podcast. Go subscribe to her channel. Check it out. Trust me, dog. You're gonna like it.
Thank you.
You're very much welcome. Well, this was fun,
Yeah, it was very fun. Thank you.
and I think it's time for us to go get some lunch.
Let's go get lunch before it rains on us.
I know, right?
I see black over there.
All right, dog. And with that's it, we'll catch you guys a rato.
Adios, amigos.